Hey, my resilient ones. I wanted to come in and read y'all Mark chapter 8, verse 5. How many loaves do you have? He asked them. 7, they said. Then he commanded the crowd to sit down on the ground. Taking the 7 loaves, he gave thanks, broke the loaves, and kept on giving to his disciples to set before the people. So they served the loaves to the crowd. They also had a few small fish, and when he had blessed them, he said these were to be served as well. They ate and were filled. Then they collected 7 large baskets of leftover pieces. About 4,000 men were there. He dismissed them and immediately got into the boat with his disciples and went to the district of Dalmanuta. The Pharisees came out and began to argue with him, demanding of him a sign from heaven to test him. But sighing deeply in his spirit, he said, "Why does this generation demand a sign? I assure you, no sign will be given to this generation." Then he left them, got on board the boat again, and went to the other side. They had forgotten to take bread and had only 1 loaf with them in the boat. Then he commanded them, "Watch out, beware of the yeast of the Pharisees and the yeast of Herod." They were discussing among themselves that they did not have any bread. Aware of this, he said to them, "Why are you discussing that you do not have any bread? Don't you understand or comprehend? Is your heart hardened? Do you have eyes and not see? And do you have ears and not hear? And do you not remember when I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000? And how many baskets full of pieces of bread did you collect? 12, they told him. When I broke the 7 loaves for the 4,000, how many large baskets full of pieces of bread did you collect? 7, they said. And he said to them, "Don't you understand yet?" So what this Bible verse, what it's saying, and when he said, "Do not have the yeast of the Pharisees," and when yeast rises. It rises to the top. As you let it sit out, it rises. And so the Pharisees already saw that blessed he had blessed them. He had did a miracle already by creating the 4,000 loaves and feeding the fish. I mean, having the fish and stuff like that. And but they still demanded a sign. They still saying, "Oh, we still need a sign." After he already presented this miracle right in front of their face. And that's why he's instructing his disciples to not take the yeast of the Pharisees, do not let the yeast of the Pharisees rise, because they went and turned around and did the same exact thing. Because they only saw that they had one, instead of them saying, "Oh, I know that I'm going to get what I need because I have Jesus with me. I just witnessed him feeding all of these people, so we not going to go hungry." Instead, they immediately turned and started to panic or not panic, but just have discussion on, we don't have enough and we don't have enough. And Jesus is saying we do this in our own lives as well to this day. God has done so much different things for each and every one of us. And every time another storm come or uncertainty come or anything, we're quick to go back to panic mode, quick to go back to stressing, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. And God is saying, "Look, I've already done this before. This is nothing new to me. This is nothing new to me. Why do you continue on to keep stressing every time something comes up that may not look like you may not have enough, or some kind of adversity comes up your way? I am with you throughout any storm that you can come across." That's why he say, "Do you have ears and not hear? Do you have eyes and not see? Do you not remember?" So make sure you're doing an inventory check every day and keeping in remembrance of what God does, what Jesus does for you every day, what he have done for you. I want you to keep in mind, keep your eyes open, seeing just the small blessings, not just worried about, the big blessings. It's just a lot of small blessings that we receive throughout the day. want you to have ears to hear of other people's testimonies of how God has blessed them, so you know he's still in the miracle making business. I want you to go out, you be resilient, you be strong, and make sure you remember that God has you, and do not eat the yeast of the Pharisees. Y'all be blessed.